All right, welcome to Halftime. We're talking with South Carolina State tight ends coach Connor Loper, first-year coach at South Carolina State. Connor, welcome to the Bulldog Football Radio Network. Tell us a little bit about you and how you got into this position here at South Carolina State.
All right, well, I'm excited to be here. Go Dogs. I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana. So I've been coaching for about 7 years now, maybe 8. I'm from Louisiana, so I worked as a student at LSU. After I graduated, I went with Coach Barry. I was a GA at Southern University. And then after that, after I finished my master's there, I went to Benedict College with Coach Barry the past 2 years. And it was an obvious choice to come here to South Carolina State. I'm excited to be here.
When you start talking about coming to Benedict, talk about that transition. How have you guys acclimated to Orangeburg and the players coming together? Because you're basically meshing two teams together. Yes,
sir. Well, the good thing is we had a bunch of good kids from our past team and this current team, and a lot of other schools as well. So a lot of good kids, a lot of good culture. I think we do a good job building a good culture, so I think it's easy to buy into because you see what's going to lead to. So I think it was a pretty easy transition, honestly.
Let me go back to you. Did you play, and where did you play, and what positions you play? And I know you're the tight ends coach. How did that fit into what you bring to the table?
Okay. So I played high school in Shreveport, Louisiana at Loyola College Prep. I played receiver and tight end. I had some injuries and all that, but I always wanted to coach. So when I got down to LSU, I just started working for the team, finding ways to help out, learn the game. And that led one thing to another. I actually coached at a high school too there, University Lab High School. Really good program. So just kept working, kept learning the game, and decided to keep moving forward.
You start talking about your group. You got a good group. You take over a kid who we've often talked about, Keyshawn Toney, as far as potential and what he can do. He is quite an athlete. Talk about having him and your room of tight ends.
Well, the best thing, he does just about everything right. So obviously he's very gifted. God gave him a lot of talents, but he's a good leader. He really sets the tone, leads by example as well. And I think it's really good to have him my first year really set the tone and show how it's done. And I'm excited to see what he can do.
When you look at tight end, people don't realize that it's more than just lining up, going out, catching passes. Blocking is such a key, and you're responsible for the H-backs as well. And they kind of set the tone for you guys, what you try to do offensively.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Yeah, we can do all things. We can run, we can pass. You want to be versatile, but if you want to win football games, you have to be able to run. And so a lot of times we'll use 2 tight end sets, sometimes even 3, 13 personnel, and get in there. And we all got to have a mindset to be the aggressor and take the fight to the defender.
When you start talking about having coached at LSU, you've seen football at many different levels. A lot of folks had questions about Benedict players, Division II players playing at this level. But you've seen players at all 3 levels and understand, and Coach Barry does as well, what it takes to play in the MEAC and in the SWAC.
Yes, sir. And, yeah, I think being in the SWAC, too, gives me a good reference because, again, we play the SWAC champion when you make it to the Celebration Bowl and all that. So I think it's undeniable talent right here. And there was a lot of talent at Benedict as well. So that's the thing people don't understand. A lot of people may be in high school right now, thinking D1 or bust. But, there's a ton of talent all over the country at all levels, and you just have to control your race and put the work in and see what happens.
I talked a few weeks ago with Nashawn Goddard about dealing with NIL at this particular level from the standpoint of recruiting players, and you guys do such a good job of, recruiting parents that you'll take care of their kids.
Yes, sir, absolutely. That's the big deal when they get here. So they got to know when they set their kid off on campus, they're going to be taken care of, looked out for, and I think that starts in a long recruiting process. You're talking to a kid for a long time. You get to know their parents, over the phone and on visits and all that. But the biggest thing is just caring for them, and I think that's the foundation of everything.
Coach Loper, I appreciate your time. Thank you for stopping by, and good luck this year.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Excited to be here.
All right, Coach Connor Loper, tight ends coach at South Carolina State. You're listening to the South Carolina State Bulldog Football Radio Network.